check coming in, this one in relation to the massive outrage over Udhayanidhi Stalin's Sanatan Dharma insult. In the latest, a complaint has been filed against Udhayanidhi Stalin. This after Udhayanidhi Stalin in his latest remarks has insulted the Sanatan Dharma, comparing it to dengue and malaria. Not just that, he's even went on to say that Sanatan Dharma should be altogether abolished. So these were the remarks that came in from Udhayanidhi Stalin, after which a complaint has been filed against Udhayanidhi Stalin. First up, listen in to those remarks that have triggered massive outrage.
இந்த மாநாட்டுடைய தலைப்பே மிகவும் சிறப்பாக அமைந்திருக்கின்றது. சனாதன எதிர்ப்பு மாநாடு என்று போடாமல் சனாதன ஒழிப்பு மாநாடு என்றும் நீங்கள் இதை போட்டிருக்கிறீர்கள், இதை அழைத்திருக்கிறீர்கள், இந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு பெயரிட்டீர்கள். அதற்கு என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்கள். சிலவற்றை நாம் ஒழிக்கத்தான் வேண்டும், எதிர்க்க முடியாது. கொசு, டெங்கு காய்ச்சல், மலேரியா, கொரோனா இதையெல்லாம் நம்ம எதிர்க்கக்கூடாது, ஒழித்து கட்ட வேண்டும். அப்படிதான் இந்த சனாதனம். சனாதனம் என்பதை எதிர்ப்பதை விட ஒழிப்பதே நாம் செய்ய வேண்டிய முதல் காரியமாகும். எனவே இந்த மாநாட்டிற்கு மிக பொருத்தமான தலைப்பு வைத்திருக்கிறீர்கள், அதற்கு என்னுடைய பாராட்டுகள். சனாதனம்னா என்ன? சனாதனம் அப்படிங்கிற பெயரே சமஸ்கிருதத்திலிருந்து வந்தது தான். சனாதனம் சமத்துவத்திற்கும் சமூக நீதிக்கும் எதிரானது. சனாதனம்னா வேற ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. சனாதனங்கிறதுக்கு அர்த்தம் என்ன? நிலையானது, அதாவது மாற்ற முடியாதது, யாரும் கேள்வி கேட்க முடியாது அப்படிங்கிறது தான் சனாதனத்திற்கு அர்த்தம். எல்லாவற்றையும் மாற்ற வேண்டும், எதுவுமே நிலையானது கிடையாது, எல்லாவற்றுக்கும் நாம் கேள்வி கேட்க வேண்டும் என்பதற்காக உருவான.
All right, we have the complainant who's joining us, Vineet Jindal, who's lodged this complaint against the DMK sign. Mr. Jindal, take us through the details of this complaint that you filed against the DMK minister Udhayanidhi Stalin over the Sanatan Dharma remarks that he's made.
Yes, look, this Udhayanidhi Stalin has specifically stating and talking about the elimination of Hindu Dharma, Sanatan Dharma, and also talking about that he's comparing the Sanatan Dharma to diseases. So his intent towards hatred against Sanatan Dharma is very much clear in this statement. You have done this statement, I have heard about this, and after hearing it, I filed a complaint with Delhi police to lodge an FIR against this person. This kind of statement has not there has not been allowed to this kind of making this kind of statement. He's an MLA and he's taking an oath of our constitution. But what he is doing, he's spreading hatred over there. So I filed a complaint against him with Delhi police to lodge an FIR against him.
Well, Udhayanidhi Stalin, in his latest remarks, he's tried to brazen it out, saying that he's even ready to face any sort of a legal action. How do you think that Udhayanidhi Stalin, in just days to come, would be able to justify the remarks that he's made on the Sanatan Dharma?
Look, I have also seen the tweet which Udhayanidhi Stalin has stated. So in that tweet, he's just trying to justify his statement by making some other things. But when we are going to the statement made over there in that event, it has been specifically talking about Sanatan Dharma. It is not about any irregularity, anything like that. So he is talking about elimination of Sanatan Dharma, and it is amount to be called genocide of Hindu people. So it is not acceptable in any manner. So I think the FIR, as per the direction of the Honorable Supreme Court, any hate speech should be taken in. So the FIR should be lodged against Udhayanidhi Stalin, and action should be taken.
All right, Mr. Jindal, appreciate you speaking to us. So that was the complainant who's got this complaint filed against Udhayanidhi Stalin. In fact, a reaction that's come in from the DMK itself, Saravanan, who kind of justified these remarks that have been made by Udhayanidhi Stalin, also going on to add that these remarks have been twisted for certain vested interests by a certain section of people in the society.
Our leader, Mr. Udhayanidhi's statement has been twisted, taken out of context, and the biggest fake news peddler has put out a tweet that Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin has asked for genocide. And when we say we want to do away with Sanatan Dharma, it means we want to do away with the rigid caste system the Sanatan Dharma perpetuates. 100 years back, did women have empowerment? Were they allowed to remarry? Were they allowed to hold property? They say they are a party for the Hindus, welfare of the Hindus. It is wrong. BJP is a party working only for the welfare of the upper caste Hindus. BJP is a party of the upper caste Hindus, by the upper caste Hindus, for the upper caste Hindus. They are not bothered about anybody else. That is why they defend this Sanatana Dharma with all their might.
All right, so there you heard the reaction that's coming from DMK's Saravanan, who's justified the statements that have been made by Udhayanidhi Stalin, saying that these remarks have just been blown out of proportion and that the DMK minister had no intention to hurt the sentiments of people. Also listening to the reactions that have come in from several BJP leaders and the Hindu Mahasabha leaders as well, condemning the remarks by Udhayanidhi Stalin.
तमिलनाडु में कुछ लोगों की असलियत पता चलने लगा है, वहाँ की समाज उस विषय को जानने लगा है। कुछ समय तक कुछ लोगों को भ्रमित करके रखा जा सकता है, लंबे समय तक भ्रमित नहीं किया जा सकता है। तमिलनाडु की भारत की विभिन्न प्रांतों में जो आस्था की केंद्र है, अभी पिछले दिनों में हमने काशी तमिल संगमम आयोजन किया। तमिलनाडु में हर एक गांव में विश्वनाथ जी की काशी की स्मृति है। तो कहाँ सनातन तो नित्य निरंतर है। ये राजनीतिक सियासी बयानों से ये कुछ नहीं होता है। ये उनकी कुंठा है, ये उनकी हेजिटेशन है, ये कोई काम पे आएगा नहीं। ये इन लोगों को निंदा करनी चाहिए।
This is not new for the DMK. Sanatan Dharma is eternal. For DMK, good things are bad and bad things are good. The DMK is a communal party which harps on the vote bank of the Muslims and the Christians because they vote religiously. The votes of these communities are decided at their respective worship places, whereas Hindus doesn't vote like that. Udhayanidhi Stalin says that Sanatana Dharma will be eradicated. Sanatana Dharma is eternal. Udhayanidhi Stalin doesn't know that. DMK is like a cancer. It will be treated by the principles of Sanatan Dharma. He's talking about mosquitoes, dengue and all other those things. DMK and DK and their allies are like mosquitoes, dengue and also cancer. The only cure to eradicate DMK is Sanatan Dharma and the way BJP follows.
देखिए, ये जो इंडिया अलायंस है, इसके मजबूत स्तंभ हैं स्टालिन साहब, और उनके बेटा कह रहे हैं सनातन धर्म की तुलना डेंगू और मलेरिया से कर रहे हैं, इसको ख़त्म करने की बात कर रहे हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी को और जो एनडीए अलायंस के अंदर मेंबर हैं उनको अपनी राय स्पष्ट करनी चाहिए कि क्या वो लोग इकट्ठे होकर अलायंस बना रहे हैं या सनातन धर्म को ख़त्म करने के लिए और इसको डेंगू मलेरिया से तुलना करने के लिए इस तरह की बयानबाजी करवा रहे हैं। वो एमके स्टालिन जो यहाँ पर जिस तरह का स्टालिन साहब जो सीएम है उनके बेटे ने जिस तरह का बयान दिया है, ये दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। इसकी जितनी भी निंदा की जाए कम है।
All right, so there you see massive outrage over the remarks that were made by Udhayanidhi Stalin, who says that Sanatan Dharma should not just be opposed, rather it should be altogether abolished. Not just that, he's even likened to diseases like dengue, malaria and even COVID. Listen in to a reaction that's coming from the chief of the Hindu Mahasabha, who's called out the DMK minister for these anti-Hindu remarks that he'd made on Saturday.
इंडिया गठबंधन के तमिलनाडु स्टालिन के मंत्रालय के एक उदयनिधि स्टालिन ने मंत्री ने जिस प्रकार से हिंदू सनातन के खिलाफ आपत्तिजनक टिप्पणी की है और बोला है कि हिंदू सनातन धर्म एक संक्रामक है, एक मलेरिया है, उसको समाप्त करने का संकल्प लिया। यह निश्चित रूप से कहीं न कहीं इंडिया गठबंधन के जो चरित्र है उसको दिखाता है, उसको दर्शाने का काम किया है। आप देखो, इनकी लड़ाई बीजेपी या जो मोदी जी से नहीं है, इनकी लड़ाई हिंदू सनातन धर्म से है, जिसने पूरे विश्व को वसुधैव कुटुंबकम कहा, जिस हिंदू सनातन ने पूरे विश्व को परिवार माना, उनकी लड़ाई इनसे है। तो इसलिए यह हिंदू सनातनी समझ ले कि यह जो वर्तमान में इंडिया गठबंधन है, वो आज वर्तमान में जो लड़ाई होगी राजनीतिक, वह सूर असुरों की लड़ाई होगी।
And from what it appears, it looks like even the Congress is not in support of Udhayanidhi Stalin for the remarks that he's made. The Congress has stated that it respects all religious sentiments. A reaction that's coming from Congress leader Nana Patole on Udhayanidhi's remarks. Listen.
देखो, मैं कांग्रेस की भूमिका हमारी स्पष्ट है। किसी धर्म के बारे में चेष्टा करना, किसी की भावनाओं को उड़ा देना, ये कांग्रेस की भूमिका नहीं है। सर्वधर्म समभाव की भूमिका जो बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर ने हमें संविधान में दी है, उसी भूमिका को लेके चलते हैं। हम किसने क्या बोलना वो हमारे हाथ पे थोड़ी है।
All right, so there you heard, that was the DMK ally, the Congress leader, who's speaking out against Udhayanidhi Stalin's remarks, saying that they do not support it in any way and that all religious sentiments must be respected. So these remarks that have been coming in from across party lines over Udhayanidhi's remarks, where several of those key allies of the Congress, of the DMK party, have stated that they do not support these remarks and that Sanatan Dharma must be respected. Note that the DMK minister, or the DMK sign, remains defiant over his remarks, even saying that he is also ready to face legal actions if at all. So he remains absolutely brazen about these remarks over the Hindu Sanatan Dharma insult, saying that Sanatan Dharma should altogether be abolished. Not just that, he says that it is equivalent to dengue, malaria and COVID. These remarks that were made by Udhayanidhi Stalin while he was addressing an event on Saturday. In fact, he's even sort of brazened it out, these remarks, responding to the same, saying that he stands by each and every word that he made on Saturday. And it is biggest ever attack on Sanatan Dharma after ally. It's the Congress that has insulted the Hindus. It's a tweet that's been put out by Karti Chidambaram, who says Sanatan Dharma is nothing but code for a caste hierarchical society. All those batting for it are hankering for the good old days. Caste is the course of India. In the common parlance of Tamil Nadu, Sanatan Dharma means caste hierarchical society. What is that? Everyone who's batting for Sanatan Dharma comes from the privileged segment who are beneficiaries of hierarchy. There was no call for genocide against anyone, and that this is a mischievous spin. So, not just backing the statement that's coming from Udhayanidhi Stalin, Karti Chidambaram says that this is a mischievous spin being given to Udhayanidhi's statement. He even goes on to add that Sanatan Dharma means caste hierarchical society. What is it that everyone who's batting for Sanatan Dharma comes from the privileged segment who are beneficiaries of the hierarchy? So after DMK ally, it's the Congress that seems to be in support of Udhayanidhi Stalin, saying that those who are speaking in favor of Sanatan Dharma come from the privileged segment of society who are beneficiaries of the hierarchy, and that there was no call for genocide against anyone. This is a mischievous spin given by certain people to those statements that were made by Udhayanidhi Stalin. Look like sir. So now even as Nana Patole has not backed the statements that have come in from Udhayanidhi Stalin, Karti Chidambaram of the Congress has stated that there is nothing wrong in the statements that have been made by Udhayanidhi Stalin. He even goes on to say, and I quote again, in the common parlance of Tamil Nadu, Sanatan Dharma means caste hierarchical society. What is it that everyone who's batting for Sanatan Dharma come from the privileged segment who are beneficiaries of the hierarchy, and that there was no call for genocide against anyone? This is a mischievous spin given by some to Udhayanidhi's remarks. So that's the statement that's coming from Karthi Chidambaram, who says Sanatan Dharma is nothing but code for a caste hierarchical society. All those batting for it are hankering for the good old days. Caste is a curse of India. Let's go across to BJP. Shehzad Poonawalla also joining us. Mr. Poonawalla, it's not just Udhayanidhi Stalin, it seems it's Karthi Chidambaram now who's gone a step further, who says that all those who are sort of in support of the statements come from a privileged segment of the society who are beneficiaries of the hierarchy.
Something that they have discussed in the Mumbai meeting, and as per the Mumbai meeting plan, the agenda is वोट बैंक की मिलेगी ताली अगर हिंदू को दोगे गाली, and therefore the DMK is not making the statement. This is the statement of all the allies of I.N.D.I.A alliance, where they are saying they want to extinguish and eradicate Sanatan Dharma, which means they want to extinguish 80% of the people who have faith in Sanatan Dharma. And if you see, Samajwadi Party has said Hindu Dharma is dhoka. Congress has a long history of Hindu virod. IUML has given chance to do genocide of Hindus. So this is an alliance issue, and therefore no member of the alliance till now, Uddhav Thackeray, Rahul Gandhi, etc., are condemning this. This is not Mohabbat ki dukaan, this is vote bank ki dukaan, and this is the true agenda of the I.N.D.I.A alliance. This is an alliance statement. Please don't take it as statement of Udhayanidhi Stalin. This is statement of Rahul, this is statement of Uddhav, this is statement of all the ally partners of I.N.D.I.A alliance. Mamata Banerjee did not take the tilak on her head. What was the indication there? Samajwadi Party has said so many things about Ramcharitmanas. What was the indication there? RJD has done the same thing. So therefore, this is official statement of I.N.D.I.A alliance decided in Mumbai, and therefore you have seen Mr. Stalin articulated by saying that 80% of the people, Arthat Sanatan Dharma, should be eradicated.
But Mr. Poonawalla, we heard the reactions coming from several of the DMK leaders as well, who are saying that these statements that have been made by Udhayanidhi Stalin have been blown out of proportion, and that there's been no genocidal call of such as being said by several opposition, several parties.
How is it being blown out of proportion? So how is it to be taken in proportion? You are saying clearly eradicate Sanatan Dharma. Like Sanatan Dharma is some disease, you eradicate the disease. What does that mean? And can you say this about, say, any other dharma? Can these so-called parties, IUML, Congress, Samajwadi Party, DMK, will they say it about, say, A, B, C, other religion? If they say it about other religion, there will be world protests. So therefore, this is being done to target Sanatan Hindu people, and it is a tradition of these parties. It is a long-standing history of these parties. Has Congress not said Hindu is a bad word? Has Congress not said Hindu terror? Has Congress not said Prabhu Shri Ram doesn't exist? Has Congress not opposed Ram Mandir? Has the IUML not given genocidal calls of Hindus in Kasargod? Has Samajwadi Party not said Hindu Dharma dhoka hai? So this is the pattern. This has been decided in Mumbai. If it has not been decided in Mumbai, then Uddhav Thackeray and Rahul Gandhi should come out and clarify.
Yes, all right, we leave it at that. Mr. Poonawalla, remains to be seen how Udhayanidhi Stalin brazens it out further, but for now he remains absolutely defiant, saying that he's even ready to face action and even ready to face legal action, so as to say, over the remarks he's made. Not just that, Udhayanidhi Stalin has even said that, cited Periyar and Ambedkar, saying that Periyar and Ambedkar conducted in-depth research over the social evils as a result of the Sanatan Dharma in society.